Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be explaining why Loomian Legacy as a whole is dying. I know it might sound crazy, but it's the truth. Loomian Legacy is dying, and today's video I'm going to discuss why it's dying. Before we start today's video, make sure you like, subscribe if you haven't already, because you just hit like 400 subscribers. So our next goal is 500. So if you haven't liked or subscribed, or you haven't watched my channel before and you're new to this channel, make sure you like and subscribe, or to click that bell and set all notifications. So anytime I post a video, you have notifications sent to you. Alright, so why is Loomian Legacy dying? Why is Loomian Legacy a really good game that has a lot of potential dying? There's a lot of reasons why they're dying. A lot of reasons why it's dying. One is lack of communication and content. Yes, Loomian Legacy had a beach update, let's say, I think was it 2 weeks ago? But still, Loomian Legacy is not consistent. Alright, it's not consistent. That's what's really boring the community. Now, there's a fair side of arguments on each side. There's a side that, oh, we don't need any communication. And there's another side that says, oh, we need more communication. Why do we need more communication? Because personally for me, I'm a communication, like I'm someone who communicates a lot, and I always talk a lot. I don't know if you guys know this, but I really talk a lot and I communicate a lot, like equally. If I feel something is wrong and I feel like I need to say something, majority of the time I always do, but sometimes I refrain. Sometimes like you don't have to say anything, but like if I really want to communicate, I have to like help you understand or see where I'm coming from. It's like a real important topic, I will communicate to get the point across and stuff like that. So Loomian Legacy is just failing to communicate, to talk to us as a whole. I believe that depending on what time Loomian Legacy developers have, there should be a time where they have time to sit down and write out a tweet that basically explains what they've done this week without giving us spoilers, or they can literally tell us what is taking so long, or what they're doing, or what's the progress looking like. We're real time, not them saying and keeping false things. Like they're always saying they're going to keep up with consistent updates in their development message. I think it's what they said on that, and they haven't been doing that. We're waiting for the Atlantic City. Excuse me, I don't know why I was with that. We're waiting for the Atlantic City update for about 2 years now. I think was it back in. I think it was back in 2020. Yeah, when the pandemic like started, that's when they said they're gonna work on the fourth battery. I think that's when it was. I believe so. And in 2021, I think it was around that time. I think 2020, somewhere around that time is when like we were waiting for the this thing. So that was, I think it was 2020, yeah, 2021 was when it was around that time where we were waiting for the beach update. We got the Re update. Yay, new content. And then after that, there was a long drag until was it the holiday? Not the holiday event. It was a Halloween. I think the Halloween. I think it was a Halloween event that we got for that. But it's not consistent. All right, we know for sure for Loomian Legacy fans, we know that Christmas updates will come out, Halloween update will come out, Valentine's Day, which we didn't see this year. Yeah, we didn't see this year, but we saw it last year. It came out and stuff for that. With that. The reason why it's dying is because there's not a lot of content going out. These updates or these content are given out, it's always like 3 months apart. All right, the 8 came out, I think it was like 4 or 5 months later. I can't remember. I think was it in the summertime, wherever way it came out. And after that, we got to the Halloween event. After Halloween is 2 months, of course, we got the Christmas event. It's not consistent, but it's not even like they're not giving us content at the same time. It's because we're not getting new story updates. Story is really what keeps the game thriving. Story is literally what the game is about. It's literally like the most and key part of the game as a whole. And it's really important because a lot of people like the story. I like the story. I like how the story goes and everything. And I want to continue to see that. We haven't got a story update in years. It's been, I think it's 1 or 2 years, except for the beach update. Before the beach update, we haven't gotten. Right? The Loomian developers, they put out the beach update, but after that, they already promised us with Build Hero already promised us a Atlantic City poster. We haven't seen that poster. That's the one reason right there. They also said they're gonna release it this month. They haven't followed up on that. So their credibility, which is what the main problem is really lacking right now. Their credibility is really lacking because for someone to believe and understand what you're saying, you have to have a kind of credit. Like for example, what I'm saying right now, For me, if I said false things in the past, then you might not believe me. That means my credibility is very low. That if I said some things in the past that are not true, you're most likely not gonna understand. You're most likely not going to believe what I'm saying. So the Loomian Legacies have lack of communication, developers, and they don't really show to care. Because on multiple occasions when we've given them advice, they always try to shadow it off. Like I think I remember one day I was talking to Jimmy about how we should add this feature because other people are like, okay, if we add this feature, it might be nicer for that. And he kept on saying that, let's not work on that and stuff like that. Like there's some times where like we try to give them advice, like they should hire more people, and they always have something that always like backfires and say, oh no, we can't do it because of this, and we can't do it because of that, and this and that, and this and this. And it's if they want us to continue to complete the game and play the game, then they need to communicate. It won't kill them to tweet every single week, just along the line of this and this and this and that. I'd rather have them say something than nothing at all. I'd rather have them say the same thing. Alright, so at least we got the communication part down, but it might be repetitive and the credibility might go down because it's the same thing. We don't believe that this is the same thing. Yeah, but at least we're getting something. Having an update come out and then them not tweeting about it is a problem because some people don't know, and then it's not communicating. Yes, you're putting out an update, but at least let them know. I know for the pitch update they did put out. I think they put out a tweet on Play Studio, which I really like because, like, yeah, it makes sense to put it up there and let everybody watch it and everybody see what's happening, which makes sense. But I think there was one event that they didn't even post after event, thing. They didn't post after event for the beach update. They never really talked about what the next plan is and stuff like that. All we know is that supposedly NTC is supposed to come out this month. But are we really sure about that now? Now we don't know because they're not talking back. They're not even letting us know what is going on. They're not letting us know what is behind, what is not behind, why delay is happening, and it's really frustrating for all of us content creators who make game content on the game, and the game is not bringing out content. And now we're looking like, I know a lot of people are now moving to Do the World and playing Do the World because it's literally Do the World. I don't care what any of y'all say. The quality is really, it's not the highest, right? But it's how do I say it? It's decent. It's a decent and moderate kind of quality. It's an okay quality. They get more content out. They're always talking. Like I've seen multiple tweets on their official page of them always communicating with their fans, letting them know what's going on, and they get it actually on time. Loomian Legacy, they what do you call it? I think we've caught them in the past where like the developers are not saying that they shouldn't play a game, not saying they should, but if they're gonna have a game and they're making a game, then you have to be actively developing. Because if you're just slacking off playing games when your fans are waiting for you to develop a game, then it's not really going to be fair. But we can't also say that we force them to communicate with us. But at the same time, if they want us to stay and continue to play the game, then they need to continue to add content that will make the game worth playing. I know there's so many games that haven't been updated in years, and they're still going and they're still like fine. Like a lot of people are still playing it because the content that's in that game is interesting. It's a game that they go back to and they can replay, and something that's fun to do. And Loomian Legacy, once you get to story, once you've got Loomian, there's nothing else you can do. You can't redo everything. There's nothing else you can do a lot. But there's other games that I've played in the past that there's always something new to do. You can continue to do the same thing over and over again, and it actually is fun. But in this game, they don't put out the content on time. They're always making deadlines that they can't make, and they're not. It's just not working. It's really falling apart. Like the community as a whole is really falling apart because everybody's just like, hey, let's wait for Atlantean City. Oh, it was supposed to come out last month. Oh, now it's coming out next month. Do we even know it's going to come out this month? No, because they're not communicating. And it's frustrating to a lot of people. I know, like, look at Steve's frustrated because he makes content in that game. Armanti's always saying that he's not going to leave, and that's fine. I understand that. But something has to change. With the Loomian Legacy developers mindset, they need to hire more devs. Depending on how cheap random scripts or whatever, I don't know. They need to make decisions that's going to be best for the future of the game, or else everybody's just going to leave. Everybody's going to leave that game and look for a different game. Do the Road is on the rise right now. If they continue to give out consistent updates with consistent things that the community, I know what to do is that the community ask for some things, and they actually listen to the community. Loomian Legacy listen to the community, and then sometimes they revise it, and it doesn't like what we wanted is not what we got. Like, I know there's some features that we've really asked from the developers. Some have gone there, some have not. Majority have not, but some have, and which is good that they listen to the community. But like at the same time, the community is who plays your game. If they feel like this should be in the game, then it would make sense, of course, to put it inside the game and stuff like that. And you know that's just, it's just something about communication. You can't expect someone to continue to play your game and then you're not even talking to them. It's just it doesn't work that way. I think that's what the Loomian Legacy developers are lacking to understand. And it's really frustrating for the community and people who play games, who make some videos on the games, because there's nothing being done to the game. The game is just getting boring. Like, there's nothing. Once you've got all the games, all the gleam, there's nothing else you can do in the game really. And while they add new content, they're not consistent. So they might add new content like 2 weeks ago, but then 4 months later they're gonna come out with an update, and they're supposed to wait that long. It's not consistent. It's not consistent. The time period in between each ones are way too long. 2 years for a basically a story update shouldn't take that long. And the beach update, honestly, it wasn't even that big. It was a medium size, but it wasn't a huge update. So I don't know how an update like that somehow took 2 years to do. But if that's how the game is gonna work, then you need to find something to fill in. They need to find something to fill in that void that it's gonna take for a game to for the game to upload, or people are just not gonna play anymore. And that's just basically my take on this. I know a lot of people I know it's a rising issue and a rising question that's like, what are we gonna do in Legacy? Like, everybody's just really discouraged. I know a lot of people some people are just quit on the game. I know a lot of people, like, I talked to someone who I was talking to them, and then like they told me that they give up on the game, like they lost interest in the game, and it's just really sad, because the game has potential. It has potential. Like, it has what it needs to get there. But the developers are not gonna listen to what the community, people who actually play the game, want. Then the game is not gonna be successful. The game is just gonna crash, and then it's just gonna be like, oh, all this time we've been doing this, but we just waste our efforts. And I don't want that to happen to them, because that's a loss of money, and that's a waste of time. Like, they could have been doing something else, but unfortunately, because they didn't decide to listen, the game crashed, and that's not what we want. And yeah, that's basically my take on it. I just feel like it's just something that I had to make, because I'm just like, it's a rising issue that needs to be changed and stuff like that. So if you guys do today's video, make sure you like and subscribe. Also click that bell if you're new to my channel. Make sure you like and subscribe, and to click that bell and set the on notification when I post a video. You have notification. Also check out, I know I've not said a lot, but check out my social. There's some links to the social, my Discord, everything. Check out all those if you you're interested in following, or you're interested in joining my server, which we do need more people in our Discord server. So if you're interested in joining, there's links in the description and stuff like that. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.